Hi everybody, welcome to the video today and thank you for joining me at the signal box. Big shout out to my regular viewers and subscribers wherever you are out there. You know who you are. Thank you very much for joining me as always, and we'll crack on with today's video. So just a little bit of a comment on my recent upload, and that was 34072 Squadron Battle of Britain class bullied loco yesterday. Oh wow, what a bash that was. I really enjoyed that. Definitely the driver was giving it the beans in certain places. And the Swanage Railway is a little bit of an unusual railway because it's obviously a private heritage railway. Things like a bullied engine, be it a Merchant Navy or a West Country class or a Battle of Britain class, those locos are designed to run at 75 miles an hour minimum. Whereas on the Swanage Railway, they only do in some places 20, 35, if that. So they're not really stretching their legs. They're not really working their full potential. They're used to hauling sort of 13 coaches out of London Waterloo in their heyday on the Southern. So to see a bullied engine or ride behind one yesterday like that and bash that one, that was fantastic. It really was a good effort by the loco crew, and as you'll see and hear in some places in the video, they were doing a fantastic job. Very, very enjoyable experience, and definitely the highlight of my summer, definitely. So travelled all that way from London to Dorset, and it was a long journey. And I started my day off yesterday at about 2:30 in the morning. Time I got up and got ready and got the family up, and everybody got themselves and their backsides in gear. We got out the door, we caught the 6:30 train from Waterloo, arrived down in Wareham at about 9:10, got to Swanage at about 10:10, spent about just under 2 hours on the beach because it was a lovely day yesterday, and Grace enjoyed herself on the beach. Wasn't my thing. I was itching to get up where there was steam, so it was nice to get some steam in my nostrils yesterday, as it were. But anyway, enough about that. What did I get? What was my haul from the Swanage Railway gift shop? So what was my haul from the Swanage Railway gift shop? Well, first up, my little girl Grace, she handed me a bag yesterday whilst we were on the platform at Swanage, and she said, "Oh, there you go, Dad, I know it's your birthday coming up soon, so I got you something." I said, "Oh, what did you get me?" So she got me, which I thought was rather nice of her, she got me a little key ring, which is supposed to go on my house keys, but I'm not going to do that because this is too nice and it will get dirty and weathered and ruined, and so I'll keep that as a little keepsake always. So that's nice, a little key ring, Swanage Railway on it. This is nice, what I got from her as well. It's a metallic wall little sign, so you can put up in the man cave or in the bedroom, and this is going to go in my kitchen because I've got lots of railway related enamel signs in the kitchen, so this will be a nice addition on the wall, I think. Nice little retro picture there. It's a little bit like Swanage because on the one side you've got a platform and a signal box and a footbridge going over there, and a station building with a canopy, very much like Corfe Castle Station. So that was nice. So what did I get myself out of the gift shop for my upcoming birthday soon? My birthday is on the 10th of September, and I got some birthday money beforehand, so I saw this and I thought, I'm going to get this. This is a Lord Nelson. Now I haven't got a Lord Nelson, and this is Robert Blake, a very prominent southern man, and yeah, that's a Lord Nelson. I haven't got one of these. Brand new in the box, obviously, not an eBay jobby, but yeah, brand new. Let's flip it over so we can tell straight away. Obviously it tells you in the back it's a Lord Nelson class, a 7p. That's the power rating on it, 7p, so it's a Pacific. Very, very powerful engines, and obviously these are at 9 ohms. These definitely were at 9 ohms. So all that good stuff. So let's take this out of the box and we'll have a little look inside, because I haven't actually got this out of the box since last night. I got home quite late last night. I just dumped the bag in my bedroom at the bottom of the bed, and that's it. Got myself into bed and shut down for the night because I had a long day. So this is the first time I actually got this out of the box. So let's all have a look at this together, shall we? Okay, so on opening the box, we find a rather chunky amount of details that go on this. They're very large. Obviously, you've got the brake rigging for the loco and for the tender. You've got cylinder drain cocks, which is nice, vacuum pipes, and you've also got a coupling and some step detail in there as well. It's quite a nice little amount of detail from what nothing you expect. But this is the kiddie. Look at this loco. Are you ready for this, guys? Look at this. Look at that. That is lovely. Let's go down the smoke box then, shall we? That's beautiful. So obviously sprung buffers we've got on there. There's a vacuum pipe already factory fitted there. You've got a hook on there for the chain link screw coupling. A lovely amount of rivet detail on there. That's beautiful, look at that. And it's got 71A shed plate, which is correct. 71A being 9 elms. That's lovely. Look at the detail on the boiler and also on the smoke box. Look, the rivet detail I'm looking at. Separately fitted lamp irons and disc irons for putting their disc head codes on there. On the Southern they use disc head codes, so that's fantastic. Look at that. Those smoke deflectors look absolutely stunning, don't they? But look at this rivet detail here. You've got some lamp iron and head code brackets there on the bottom there. That's beautiful. But look at this profile here. Look at that mighty chimney there. And you could imagine when these things were running, a fair whack would come out of that. Very, very big, powerful engines, these Lord Nelsons. And back in the day when they had these coming out of Waterloo, this would think nothing of having 13 coaches on behind it and making a no effort whatsoever. Hauling these big, long trains out of Waterloo down to the coast. Very, very, very powerful engines, these Lord Nelsons. And you can see why. For the output of that chimney would have, my goodness, that's almost like a double chimney in one single chimney, isn't it? Look at that. And that's a lovely finish on top as well. Look at the way they've done that. That's beautiful. Rivet details lovely there on the chimney end and smoke box end. As we go along the top of the boiler, lovely amount of rivet detail there. Paint job is lovely and crisp. Brass safety valves, got the whistle up there, pipe work from the whistle going down the side. You've got loads of detail there. That's a nice little touch, that nameplate there, Robert Blake. I can't read what that says underneath there. Oh, it's a Lord Nelson class, it says underneath there, I believe. But look at that, what an engine. Isn't that lovely? Moving on down to below the running plate now. Look at those nice cylinders there. Front bogie wheels are the correct size. The valve gear is lovely. The only thing unusual are these wheels, obviously, because anytime I think of a Southern engine, like a bullied engine, but this isn't a bullied engine, so it wouldn't have bullied wheels. It's a Southern engine. It's a Lord Nelson, and the Lord Nelsons had these type of wheel arrangements, or obviously the type of spoke to wheels, should I say, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's lovely. If we stop here, look at the amount of detail between underneath the loco, underneath the cab. That's lovely as well. We'll come back to the cab in a minute, guys, but I want to look at this mightily massive tender. Look at that, it's so big that it's got to have 4 wheels, 2 sets of 4 wheels on it. It's a beast of a tender. Look at that. That really blows anything out of the water I've got tender-wise. That is a mightily massive tender. Can you imagine how many gallons this thing would have held? It probably would have told me in the back of that box there. If not, I've got a few books in my library that would tell me the exact volume. But obviously they were designed to carry a lot of water. And that's why you've got a big tender, because these things would have carried a lot of water. Looking down on top there, that coal load, I'm 99% sure that coal load is removable. So we can have the coal out of the way and put in some real coal. But I think I'm going to leave that. We've got some tender side doors there that match up with the cab doors, which is great. We're going to leave those as they are. I can see a handbrake lever on the, or lever, on the fireman side. A little bit of coal spilled out on the bottom of the coal floor. That's lovely. That really is a lovely thing. And it's got space there to put your firing irons on top, down that little slot there, a little rack there with a little correct storage bars where you can put your long handled shovel and your pricker and your dart and all the long handled tools that the fireman would be using on the loco. That's brilliant. What a lovely bit of detail. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. Let's look at the back. So we've got a vacuum pipe there on there, some steps and some separately fitted brackets for the discs or lamps, which will be used for the front or rear, depending on which way the train's running. Normally, if it's running smoke box first, there'd be a tail lamp on there if it was running light engine. If it was running the other way, obviously white head codes and white lights if it was going in reverse. But that's lovely. Very impressed with that. So let's look at the cab if we can. Let's see what we've got. Just about make out, yeah, look at that. Can you see that in there? We've got separately fitted controls, regulator, and the gauges are in there, the reversing link wheel. That's lovely. Oh wow, what a highly detailed model. The glazing in there is nice as well. It's a Hornby top end loco. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, in this day and age of model railways, if you want a really highly detailed model, you've got to pay a lot of money. I paid £224.99 for this. When I looked up online, when I went to the Hornby website, the official Hornby website, for one of these, they're going at £224.99, the exact price. So it's not a rip-off, it's the actual price that Hornby are asking. It's still a lot of money, but if you're into seriously collecting and running these sort of things, this is what you're going to get for your buck. A lot of bang for your buck. That is a spectacular loco. I have not got a Lord Nelson, so I'm well and truly happy with that. And on the other side of it is, I'll just bring it round this way so we can see it from this shot there. Look at the paintwork on that, isn't it lovely? That is a dark, actually the colour that what you're looking at on there is Brunswick green. That's the colour. It's very dark shade of green, which is known as British Railways Brunswick green. So this is in post Southern Railway condition, most likely in its last year or two of operation on the Southern. So this would have been about at least the late 1950s, early 60s. But this is an absolutely beautiful engine. Robert Blake. So there we go, a Hornby Lord Nelson. Look at that, what a stunner. Isn't she lovely? even the detail underneath there on the tender wheels is lovely. Look at the rivet detail there, look at that. Can you see that? There's rivet detail on the tender frames there, which is pretty much normal. Separately fitted handrails on the side there as well. It's just a lovely thing, isn't it? And according to the late Clive Groom, who was a very, very well-known and respected engineman out of Nine Elms, he said when these came on shed after the end of the day's work at Nine Elms, I think you were allowed 25 minutes to dispose of a Lord Nelson, in terms of drop the fire, clean out the grate, clean out the smoke box, and clean it all up. You had only a short amount of time on one of these things, and you can imagine the output of ash and clinker and soot and waste this thing would generate. You've only got to look at the size of the chimney and the size of the boiler, and look at the size of the firebox area. Look at that. So from the middle of the wheel arch there on the centre wheel, above the nameplate, if you go from there all the way back to the cab, you can see that area of firebox you've got sloping all the way down from the cab to the middle wheel there. I mean, that's an awful lot of coverage. So you really would have had to earn your money shoveling one of these things, and certainly clearing it out at the end of the day would have been a fun task as well. So yeah, but what a spectacular engine. The Hornby Railway's Lord Nelson class Robert Blake. So that is my little birthday prezi to myself, and I think I ain't done too badly. There is another, that's right, you know me, there is another loco that I scored on eBay today, and this one is in mint condition, and I've looked at it and I can say with honesty it is in mint condition. It's very good for its age. It's a Margate model, and it's got its separately fitted detail pack, including tender firing tools, disc head codes, vacuum pipes, and the footplate crew in the bag, all sealed up. It's a Battle of Britain class. I'm not going to tell you which loco it is. You'll have to watch yesterday's video to get the answer. There's the clue for you. That's on the way. In the meantime, ladies and gents, thank you for today's video. Thank you for joining me, and I do hope you like my little haul from the Swanage Railway yesterday. And we'll definitely get this oiled up and running on the next video. So on the next video we'll have 3 engines actually running. We'll have this one, we'll have the little Great Western open cab pannier, which I got the other day, and we'll get the mystery engine that will be coming soon. And also I've got my new station building to put in and connect up as well. So there's quite a lot going on, so do stay tuned. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed yesterday's video with the full-size engines, and it was absolutely beautiful. I know some countries in the world don't have that much heritage in terms of steam, but I think we're lucky here in the UK that we've got such a rich tapestry of preserved steam in this country that actually runs. I'm not much of a museum person. I don't believe in going up to the National Railway Museum in York and just walking into a building and seeing engines just sitting there cold, lifeless, full of dust, and not breathing or alive. The steam locomotive is the closest thing that man has ever made to a living creation. Just like we are creations of God, a steam engine is a creation that is living and breathing. It's a machine that breathes. It just has that uniqueness about it that only man got the inspiration to build and design. And it's quite an amazing thing when it is living and breathing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I was just, before I go, a quick funny story. I was just really upset yesterday because when I came home We got in, and obviously the first thing I did was jump in the shower. I didn't realise how much soot and little bits of soot and coal were in my hair. So I was quite upset because I wanted to save it all and put it in a little bag. But no, it was a good day out yesterday. Anyway, thanks again, guys and girls, and hope you're all well, and I'll see you soon in the next video. All the best now. Cheers, tar.